Alright, so I don't know if this is going to be a vlog week or not. We're just starting it. It is Saturday night right now. We just got home from fishing. We went out. Didn't make a video on that at all. I honestly thought it was going to get darker faster than it did. So I didn't bother bringing a camera because it was going to be dark and GoPro stuck with low light. So, didn't do that. However, the old dirt Rango is, she's hurting. And I don't know what's wrong with her yet. I know it's something on the front end. Headed out to where we were going fishing. Whenever I was accelerating or decelerating, sometimes both, sometimes one or the other, it was clunking real hard at lower speeds. I was manually shifting from a stop from first all the way up to, second and then drive. It wasn't making a clunk, but I was doing it sometimes when I would slow down, and on the way back home I noticed my turns were a little bit harder. When I got in my neighborhood, there was some chatter making one turn, and pulling in the driveway there was a lot of chatter. Chatter like if you weld a rear diff type chatter. So, and it didn't chatter the wheels, but you could feel the stutter in the steering wheel. So I'm thinking the diff blew or an axle's bad or something. I don't know. I do know though that I gotta get it up on the ground, or get the front end up off the ground, get it in neutral, mess with it a little bit and see what I can do. Problem with that is it's currently on an incline. So I gotta clean up this. That way I can actually bring it in, throw it in neutral, jack it up, and start looking at stuff and figuring out what's what. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the garage real quick. This is everything from the camping trip that I still haven't messed with. And, yeah, just going to get all that cleaned up and pull her in the driveway, I guess, and see what we can see. Or pull her in the garage, sorry, and see what we can see. There we go. Alright. Ooh, focus is terrible. There we go. Garage is mostly cleaned up. I was having an issue. I only have 2 jack stands, and I only have 1 jack, which barely works, and I don't trust very much. And the 2 jack stands was holding up my trailer, because the wheels are there. So I need those for something else soon. So I was like, let's put a bucket under here. And so far it's holding. But it's a little bit scary. So, yeah, I think we're going to try and jack the car up with the jack and look at what we can with that. And not use the jack stands if possible. Because I don't have anything else I can stack under there. Like I don't have any cinder blocks or nothing. Alright. Well, I didn't record any of the bringing it in part because the tint's so bad I can't see out the back when I back up. And everybody decided to come up my road or move while I was trying to back it up. But I can tell you with certainty, it's not the diff, it's an axle. Don't know which one, but it's an axle for sure. That or steering, but I don't think it's steering. Anytime I move the steering wheel under power, she was making some noise, so that's cool. I did get it in though. Got a little bit more space here than I thought I had, but I mean, I'm getting in that fridge over there. Luckily, I don't got much in there anymore because that would be not easy. Alright, well, I jacked up both sides. Start with the driver's side and then went over to the passenger. The driver's side, ever so slight tick. Every time the wheel gets to a certain point or the axle were to get to a certain point, almost sounds like a bearing had fallen out. So I think it's going to be the driver's side, the CV axle, which is annoying because I just replaced it like a year ago. But yeah, she'll be down for a little bit, which is annoying, but at the same time, she was going to be down for a little bit anyway. Kind of. So, after we got back from our camping trip, the most recent video prior to this one posted when Hunter and I went up to Willow Springs, went camping and fishing, I started to get tired of this. Like, I love the car. I love the Durango. I think it's a cool car. I like Durangos. I've always liked this model Durango ever since I had a buddy who had one, and I figured out they made it four-wheel drive. I thought that was cool. But, you know, when they don't work, they don't work. Let me find my tripod real quick and let me set you guys up. Let me explain some stuff. Alright, so hopefully my face isn't blown out completely. But this thing, anytime I've ever had to go up any mountains or anything, there's always been a point where I'm full throttle going up the mountain and I'm still losing speed. Which, basically to say, this thing is gutless. It shouldn't be gutless. It shouldn't be that bad at all, but it is. Clearly something's hurting in the car. Something's wrong with it. So, what I'm thinking about doing is getting the old heavy Chevy going again. It needs a battery. That's all it needs to run. But I gotta fix the air conditioning. It's stuck on heat and the actuator is bad, so it's clicking real bad. I pulled the fuse on it, so it has no air conditioning, like nothing works on that right now. So I gotta do the air conditioning, gotta do the actuator so that I can turn it on to cold, and then I fix the air. There's nothing in it right now at all, as far as I'm aware. And then it needs like rear shock so that I can actually tow weight, but that's not a huge deal. And then there are just some other little things in there, same kind of little stuff that this needs anyway. But on top of this being gutless, it's getting like 10 miles to the gallon going on the highway. So it's super bad on gas. I just thought about retiring it for a little bit. And now I gotta go in the house and get the jump box so we can, and the key so we can start the truck out there. And then we'll pull her up into the driveway, I guess, so she's off the road. Enough. Alright, well, it's the next day. This lens is disgusting, I can see it, and Mustangs are killing my audio, so that's cool. It's actually the next night, obviously, by the bright light here. But, ow. I was able to get everything all torn apart. I wisened up and decided to put the tire back on the trailer on the side I can get to over here, and just use that jack stand, so that's what I'm doing. Hey! I know you want me to center of attention. Yes, hi. So, we got it taken apart for the most part. The tie rod's loose, and then this upper control arm is loose as well. That's all I care to do. I don't care to take anything off the bottom because I don't need to, because we're just removing the CV axle. I want to see if I can get good enough audio here to show you what I'm hearing though, and why I think it's this axle in particular. So if I spin the axle, you should be able to hear like a bearing. is what it sounds like to me. That's not a comforting look either. So, there we go. Pop that back out. What are you doing? So, that's one of the reasons I think it's an axle. We're obviously going to pull that axle out and give me your foot. There you go. And check and everything. If it's not that, I'm probably going to pull the diff cover. Whoa. Jack's there. I'm going to pull the diff cover off, check that out. That still looks good. Dramatic ass dog. That still looks good. We'll look at the other side and see what we can figure out. The entire front end and this thing needs to be replaced anyway. Like you can see, this upper ball joint's thrashed. This the boot here, I'm trying to show you without shadows, is all messed up here. The lower ball joint is no better. Bump stop is almost gone. Oh, bump stop is gone. So, hey, Amber, knock it off. So, yeah, it all needs to be done anyway, but whether or not I do that remains to be seen. It all depends on if I end up selling this truck or not. Also, Ember's out here and locked up for two reasons. One, I'm trying to get her more comfortable being out here. She's not quite off-leash ready, and which is why she's tied up with me. And also, she's for some reason just being dramatic when I'm not in the house, so she's out with me being dramatic, which can't win, I guess. She just doesn't like being locked up. If she wasn't locked up, she'd be fine. But I need the garage door open because I parked so close to this side here that from back there I can't get over. So the only way I can get over in my toolbox is this way, and with the garage door closed, I don't fit. So, yeah. But unfortunately, that's as far as I can get tonight because I don't want to hammer on things in the middle of the night when people are trying to sleep. Alright, well, I decided since all the bushings were already destroyed, I will just use a pickle fork to get them undone. Still didn't get the upper ball joint done. I just ended up unbolting it because I gotta replace it anyway. Figured I'd just unbolt it now and figure that out later. But it is definitely the axle. If you look, of course it's kind of locked up now, but it's, yeah, I'm sure y'all can hear that in there. That happened before I ever pulled on it. So, yeah. She dead in the water. Which is good, because now I know what it is. Bad, because I just replaced that thing like a year ago. A year and some change. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing for the night, though. I'm getting tired. It's hot. Give her another try tomorrow, if I can get that out. Not really in a rush to get it done, just was in a rush to figure out what's wrong with it. And now we know. Alright, well we're switching gears from the Durango onto the Chevy. So I've done a lot of this work off camera, but we got it running yesterday. I went and got a new battery for it. Got the air conditioning working in it for the most part. It's recharged. I gotta add a little bit more Freon. I ended up wasting half a can because the original hose I was using leaked really bad. Amanda's at the store now, so she's getting a couple extra cans. What's left over will go in the Durango, because the Durango had the exact same problem. I should have known better. Got to put some stuff back together. There's a module in there that is broken. It's just the recirculation actuator. I can't get it out. It's 2 bolts. The top one I can't even get a socket, just the socket up in there. So getting that with a ratchet is going to be interesting. But the door is closed, so it's constantly recirculating anyway. So I just took the module out because I don't care. I just don't want to click. Issue we are having now, though, is the radio is not working. So, turn it on here. It's not running, but the radio completely unresponsive. Alright, well, fast forward. Apparently my neighbors are having a party. Hopefully that doesn't destroy the audio too much. But fast forwarding a few days, few nights, the Chevy, there we go. It's almost good. AC's blowing mostly cold. Could probably blow a little bit harder, but not too worried. It's blowing cold, it's doing good. Fix the radio. I went out, let me show y'all. Let's go over on this side here. I didn't really go out. Yeah, I removed the stupid microphone thing. Went ahead and got us a third brake light, so we're gonna go throw that on tonight. And then I got some other goodies that'll be in for a later video. But tonight we're gonna have to throw this third brake light in. And from there, we're gonna be done with the truck for now. I gotta pull the shocks down and make sure the shocks are still good and stuff. But, rear shocks anyway, the rear shocks are, it's got a 4, I can't think, guys. They are for like a 4 to 6 inch lift kit, and I don't have a 4 to 6 inch lift kit, words are hard, on my truck. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and throw a lift kit on the truck, not quite that big. I gotta make sure they work good, because they've been on there for a few years, just completely compressed. Alright, so we went ahead and threw it on the tripod. We're going to go ahead and hit the brake light, hit the brakes, and then turn on the dome light, and then we're going to swap the other one over, and we're going to see how much of a difference it actually made. Alright, so I don't know what difference you guys were able to see. Well, I was only able to see the dome light, or the cargo light. I didn't see much of a difference. Like, it clearly was brighter, but didn't have more of a throw or more of a beam. I don't know. I do know the brake lights were switched with LEDs. Forgot that I'd done that until I'd pulled the cover off and I saw the bulbs in there. But either way, I think it looks good. Just can't really see here. It looks good up there. At first, when I got it, I thought it looked a little ricey, and I guess it kind of does still. But overall, not terrible though. Yeah, I'm gonna do something with like something similar to the rear tail lights. The front lights, though, I do want to polish and see if I can get them to come back and look good again. It's hard to tell in video, but especially the bottom ones, they're starting to yellow pretty good. So I want to make those look good, and then if I can get those to polish, I'm going to take them apart and paint them black on the housings. So it's just the reflector that's going to be chrome or silver or whatever. I'll make the truck look kind of good. I mean, it's paint's faded, it's gross. Yeah, I mean, paint's just bad. But if I can make the rest of it look kind of good, I think the paint will give it a kind of a nice patina used look. If everything else turns out pretty good. So that's that. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here, though. Thank you guys for watching. This video was really uneventful. Didn't show much, if any, working on the truck, just that I fixed it and just tore this apart, and still haven't fixed it because it's broken axle still in there. But I don't care to remove it because I don't care to buy a new one. So that broken one's staying there until the new one comes, and I gotta pull it out because that's keeping nasties from getting inside my differential or whatever. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.